Well, we could talk about gut microbes, but let's talk song. Before we start, let me quickly thank Andrew Morgan for his amazing support here on YouTube and JC over on Patreon. If the rest of you also want to be a more active supporter of this enterprise, I suggest you check out the links in description in order to support me further. Today I want to continue listening to Taylor Swift's album The Life of a Showgirl. The next song on the list is track number 10. We're getting closer to the end. The song is called Cancelled, and I really want to continue learning how to write songs. So without further ado, let's get going.
You thought that it would be okay.
Surprising. Step 1, find the key. I'm confused. What is that? Interesting.
You thought that it would be okay.
It sounds weird, but I don't know why. So it's some kind of G to E flat idea. It might be G minor to E flat major, which would hint at a 6 minor 4 progression, but there's really no way to tell. And what's also interesting is that the melody starts after 2 chords, so there isn't really an intro to kind of let us settle in. We will have to find out more as Taylor starts singing.
You thought that it would be okay at first.
What an interesting melody also.
You thought that it would be okay at first.
Also with that interesting rests and very, very powerful metric rhythm. Really interesting. The notes that we hear certainly point at the direction of G minor as the founding or underlying scale. Really special.
The situation could be saved, of course, but
This is so cool. You thought that it would be okay at first. The situation could be saved, of course. At first, clearly rhyming with of course, although it shouldn't. Super cool. And I really love that unexpected metric rhythm, melodic rhythm.
but they'd already picked out your grave and hers.
I'm really, really mystified and have to find a way to make this meaningful.
You thought that it would be okay at first.
I think we have got the maidens, the iron-maiden cadence, which is the 6 minor, 5 and 4. What's interesting is that the melody begins when we are on the 4, which is rather interesting because this is not something that we would expect. I'm really, really impressed. I think you can tell that.
The situation could be saved, of course.
I don't know what that is, which is why I love it. Let's look at lyrics. Maybe we see structural hints there. You thought that it would be okay at first, the situation could be saved, of course, but they'd already picked your grave and hers. What beautiful rhymes. Beware the wrath of the masked crusaders. And then this, did your girl boss too close the sun?
Did your girl boss too close to the sun?
This is certainly a hook that we didn't have before. I think is the melody.
Did your girl boss too close to the sun?
Brilliant. Wow.
They catch you having far too much fun. Come.
And now this gets answered with.
Did they catch you having far too much fun?
Did they get? Same idea, an octave below.
Come with me when they see us, they'll run.
Same idea, an octave above.
Something wicked wicked this way comes.
What was that?
Something wicked this way comes.
Something wicked this way comes. And now I expect a chorus.
Good thing I like my friends canceled.
What a cool thing! I think this might become my favorite song of the album because it's so weird. The first idea is, and the first difference that we spot is, of course, the chords have got much more time to shine and be effective.
Good thing I like my friends canceled.
So for 2 bars we hear that G minor, and the melody is...
Good thing I like my friends canceled.
Good friends, I like my good things. Good thing I like my friends cancelled. Wow.
I like 'em cooked in Gucci and in scandal. I like 'em cooked in Gucci and in scandal.
Okay. Dum, ba, da, 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 dum, ba, da, ba. So we have got 5th melody ideas that then get transposed a whole step lower, while the chord does this here. So we start on G minor, good thing I like my friends cancelled, and now we have got a very cool thing where we play the D minor chord, the 3 minor, one could say, but with the minor 7 in the melody. Really beautiful.
My whiskey sour.
And then we have got a pickup melody with like my whiskey sour, and I think we go to the flat chord now.
And poison thorny flowers.
Interesting that the melody would adapt to the chords. So the first melody movement down was landing on the G. Ba-da-da-da-dum. The second one, because we change chords and go from E flat to F, now plays the A in the melody, the major 3. Ba-da-da-da-dum. With a cool short line rhyme with like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers.
Welcome to my underworld.
Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-dum. And back to G minor. Also interesting is the number of bars before we go back to the G minor, because we have got 2 bars of G minor, 2 bars of D minor, 1 bar, 1 bar. So a 6-bar progression before we start over again, which is quite unusual and fits that odd feeling of that song in general.
At least you know exactly who your friends are.
Whoa. Good thing I like my friends cancelled. I like 'em cloaked in Gucci and in scandal. What a beautiful rhyme. Like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers. Welcome to my underworld, which is a brilliant hook. Right? Also with that leap down, of course, it makes sense with underworld. Where it gets quite dark, at least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching stars.
Welcome to my underworld where it gets quite dark.
Right?
At least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching scars.
And this is kind of the concluding melody line. They're the ones with matching scars. And now we fall into a hole where the second verse might take us out of.
It's easy to love you when you're popular.
Yes. this, right?
It's easy to love you when you're popular.
Again, with that really cool rests. It's easy to love you when you're popular.
The optics click, everyone prospers. But
What weird lyrics also. It's easy to love you when you're popular. The optics click, everyone prospers. Wow.
tone deaf and hot, let's fucking off her.
Okay, and let's fucking offer is of course another way to explain the cancelling motif. Also because the band self-cancels by doing the pre-chorus drop.
Tone deaf and hot, let's fucking off her.
Okay, so the band self-cancels.
To make a joke only a man could.
Did you make a joke only a man could? Was that... Did your girl boss too close to the sun, right?
Did your girl boss too close to the sun?
Now becomes, did you make a joke only a man could?
Were you just too smug for your own good? Oh,
What a cool build up to the chorus. Beautiful pre-chorus I think I haven't mentioned.
bring a tiny violin to a knife fight. Baby, that all ends tonight.
Brilliant. New lyrics in pre-chorus number 2, which is remarkable. Did you make a joke only a man could? Were you just too smug for your own good? Or bring a tiny violin to a knife fight? What a great thing. Baby, that all ends tonight. And guess what we will hear next? The chorus.
Good thing I like my friends cancel. I like my whiskey sour and poison 40 flowers. It'll break your heart. At least you know exactly who your friends are.
What's also interesting is that the second chord repetition or progression repetition does not include those double bars. So remember that I said that the first half of the chorus was 6 bars because we double the G minor and the D minor chord. They don't do this in the second progression, adding up to a total of 10 bars in a chorus, which makes it even more unusual. Whoa.
They stood by me before my exoneration.
Primary bridge.
They believed I was innocent, so I'm not here for.
Oh, cool. 4, 2 minor, 5, 3 minor, okay? Always with the relative minor chords after the actual major chords. So it's basically a 4 to 5 idea, but including the relative minors as a reharm passing chord. 4 that goes to the 2 minor before going to the 5 that goes to the 3 minor.
Judgment, no. But if you
Oh, and really cool that then they go from the 4 chord to a secondary dominant, in that case the D major chord, the 3 major chord. Let's look at melody of the primary bridge.
they stood by me.
They stood by me.
Before my exoneration, they believed I was innocent, so I'm not here for judgment. No.
Especially this one. It's really cool, that 4-2-3 major flamenco idea. Really cool lyrics is they stood by me before my exoneration. They believed I was innocent, so I'm not here for judgment. No. Really interesting development of the melody, which started with a very short 3 or 4 note idea. Okay, the G to C only. They stood by me. And then we have got the development of that idea. Before my exoneration, they believed I was innocent. And then the thing ends with...
So I'm not here for judgment.
Beautiful lines.
No.
And then... building to the secondary dominant.
But if you can't be good, then just be better at it.
What is this? Is that a chorus with new lyrics?
Good thing I like my friends cancel.
Yes. But if you can't be good, then just be better at it.
But if you can't be good, then just be better at it.
Certainly the idea from Good Thing I Like My Friends Cancelled.
Everyone's got bodies in the attic, and soon you'll learn the art of never getting caught.
Whoa! Really, really cool. So what is that? Is that still part of the primary bridge? Is that a broken down chorus with new lyrics? It's certainly reminiscent of the ideas of the chorus. The lyrics kind of sneak in a really cool twist. But if you can't be good, then just be better at it. Everyone's got bodies in the attic. Or took somebody's man, will take you by the hand. And now we have got kind of the punchline, and soon you'll learn the art of never getting caught, which is really beautiful. And I think, again, with a secondary dominant idea. So again, something that we know from the primary bridge, that 4 to 3 major idea that then builds like crazy. That then builds to the last chorus that really kicks in, that has got full band arrangement and the lyrics that we already know and love.
Like my friends cancel. Sour and poison 40 flows. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Repeating this first chorus half, right? The 6-bar half before going to the afterthought.
My friends cancel. Handle like my whiskey sour. And poison 40 infamy loves company.
Oh, and new lyrics at the end. Can't you see my infamy loves company? What beautiful lyrics.
And they've broken you like they've broken me.
Now they've broken you like they've broken me. Wow.
Friends, you know who we are. We're the ones with matching scars.
And of course, with that resolution in the last chorus, but a shattered glass is a lot more sharp, and now you know exactly who your friends are, you know who we are. We're the ones with matching scars, people who have been cancelled for different reasons, and that now unite. Really, 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 really interesting song. I think the most interesting in the life of a showgirl so far, because it's so unconventional. It's certainly not a single, which is why I love it. So this was cancelled by Taylor Swift, and I'm sure we can take away valuable songwriting learnings. Songwriting learning number 1, if you want to write an odd melody, remember to include unexpected rests. Listen to that beautiful thing at the beginning.
You thought that it would be okay at first.
What a beautiful way to start a song, because of that odd metric rhythm and that rests. It's of course a prosodic element. It's supposed to be irritating, and this is something that they achieved very, very successfully. So if we want to write a weird song, why not start with adding unexpected rests in our melody? Songwriting learning number 2, it also goes into that weird direction. A 10-bar chorus might be more powerful than we should expect. Remember that we had this doubling of the first 2 chords with Good Things I Like My Friends Cancelled and I Like Them Cloaked in Gucci and in Scandal, because this is what the length of the lines required. So this creates that off-balance 10-bar feel that at the same time allows us to include different secondary hooks like this, like My Whiskey Sour, or my favorite, Welcome to the Underworld idea. So a 10-bar chorus that results from doubling the first 2 chords might be something worth exploring. And songwriting learning number 3 is about the extended primary bridge that includes a chorus with different lyrics, giving everything a different perspective and building up very, very effectively to the last chorus. Of course, in that case, even intensified by that dominant or secondary dominant feel, I should say, of that D major chord that comes before the last powerful chorus. Listen to this one. what a beautiful build-up. So this is something that a chorus with new lyrics and this final secondary dominant can achieve brilliantly, so something that we should definitely include into our own songwriting toolbox. And this was my live reaction on the fly analysis of Taylor Swift's Cancelled. I think the most interesting song of her album The Life of a Showgirl. Certainly not a single, but very, very interesting. If you liked my reaction video to this, please make sure to give me the thumbs up, to subscribe to the Let's Talk Song channel. Let's see if we can make it to 4,000 subs by the end of the year 2025. Please also leave friendly comments, maybe suggesting other adventures to take up after I have finished listening to The Life of a Showgirl. I am sure to kind of be very depressed after that, because I had so much fun, or I'm having so much fun with that album. Please also consider visiting me on Patreon or becoming a paying member here on YouTube. Thanks again to Andrew Morgan and JC for their already very active and passionate support. You might also want to visit my Linktree for further resources. I guess we've talked song. You can talk about gut microbes now. Bye bye.